Right? And they like, and that's the other thing. I like Redzilla. Does anybody like Redzilla?
Jesus.
I like Redzilla. If you listen, Redzilla.
This is a shout out from Frank Fiorino, man.
Gunsmoke, that impression was terrible. Never do that again.
He didn't give me a heart, but I'm pretty sure he gives me a thumbs up when I credit him on my comments.
Yeah.
Nope. You get no thumbs up.
On his comments, I'm like, whoa, that's a good show, bro. I like him. And I don't think he goes after me. I like Redzilla. Redzilla, you're funny.
Yes, indeed, that gangsta shit at last. Black gloves, black mask, coming for your crack stash. I'ma let that Mac blast. You bragging about your stacks of cash like a car on 4 flats. That'll get you jacked fast. Boy, you a pussy. You say you move them white bricks. 100,000 for your chain, damn, that's a nice lick. Don't be stunning around here, we'll take your life quick. Your niggas want beef, I kill your dogs, word to Mike Vick. I fuck with killer, cause that man showed the way. When I'm starving, I'm robbing. Batman's protege, resorting back to past crimes. These ain't just jack rhymes, all these niggas cookies. And guess what, it's snack time.
But it doesn't even matter. There's no way I was gonna stay friends with Angel. I don't stay friends with people like this. I don't. When I'm friends with somebody, I expect loyalty. That's the main #1 thing.
Yeah, okay, Piggy. He's turned on every one of his friends. And here later in this video, he's gonna say how he hates all of them, really. He just don't come out and say it because he's trying to spare their feelings. I'm serious, he really says that shit.
And if you're not loyal to me, I don't want to be your friend anymore. As soon as I see you stabbing me in the back, I'm done with you. That's it. That's the way I am. I've been like that with everybody. Every single friendship I ended was because somebody stabbed me in the back. And mostly because, the majority of these people, again, are jealous of me. Okay? And I'm not talking about anything other than this. Everybody thought they could start a channel and make the same amount of money as me, and they all found out otherwise. So, they turned on me. And they did slimy shit behind my back. So that's it. That's it. There's no loyalty here. So I don't, amongst these content creators. So I ended every friendship I've ever had with any of them.
Look at his gay little mustache. Looks like he painted that shit on with an artist brush.
What?
And if I ever somehow begin a new relationship with a new mob tuber, I'll get rid of him too. It's only a matter of time.
He just said if he starts a relationship with another mob tuber, he'll get rid of him too. Your gayness is coming out, Piggy. It's all in the speech. Just pay attention to what people say.
I guarantee it. I don't stay friends with again, like if we've gotten close or whatever, and I see you constantly, doing shit that I feel is some sort of sign of betrayal, then I'll let it go for a little bit, and then boom, it's all over. That's it.
That's it.
So my point is, a lot of people think, oh my God, FBS went apeshit on Angel because their friendship ended. I don't give a fuck about any friendship with any of those people. I never really, a couple were important to me, possibly only one, but but for the most part, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not in this world to make friends. I'm not on MobTube to make friends.
No, he's here to grift. That's his thing. He's also got to fix up his little thin gay mustache so he can get pretty for Mike Sale. Piggy knows how to get them donations.
Yeah!
The majority of my friends in my life, I left behind. There's friends of mine out there still looking for me. They don't know where I am.
Piggy, stop lying. You ain't got no fucking friends. Everybody knows it. Why didn't you call them to come over and save you from Johnny Mac?
Okay. Because I got up and left. So that's the way I've always been. People rarely walk away from me, except for women. Pretty much every woman I was ever with left me.
Okay, I can believe that. Piggy finally told the truth about something. Good job, Pickles.
But listen, isn't that the way it always is? 95% of the time, it's the woman leaving the man. So say what you want, but it's the way it is.
If you say so, Piggy. That's not how I've always seen it, but Piggy knows best. I mean, look at that gay mustache. Most guys wouldn't be caught dead with that fucking shit on their face. But Piggy does. That's because Piggy knows, man. Piggy knows something that we don't.
But as far as friends, I'll give you an example. There was a group of friends. I had known these guys since I was 15 years old, probably. Okay?
They kept Piggy around to laugh at him. I guarantee it.
We were very, very close. We were like, we were a little crew. We did everything together. Since we were that age. Even in our 20s and shit, when one of us went out, we all went out. Well, except for me. I kind of stayed out because of the selling coke and posting up places.
Yeah, right. They just didn't want him around, man. I already know how this goes. You know that guy that you keep around sometimes because you want to smoke weed and crack jokes on him and shit, but you don't want him coming out when there's girls around and hanging out with you in public and shit? That's what Piggy was.
But you know what I mean? When we were going to see a fight, when we were just going out to drink, we all went together. When we had parties, everybody was at the party. And I was beefing with a guy, seriously. This is a guy who I shot at one point.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. You cannot tell me that this little feminine motherfucker right here was shooting at people. Hey, look, everybody. Gangsta Piggy's back. Let's see what else he's got to say. But before we do that, man, I just want to point something out. Look at that face. Look at that face right there. Does that look like the face of a man that's out popping caps and asses? Come on, man. Nobody believes that shit. You're as bad as Loman, dude.
Okay. This is also a guy. Well, I'm not going to get it too detailed about him.
Yeah, because it's a fucking lie and he doesn't want to make up a new lie right here on the spot. But go ahead, Piggy. Continue on.
All right, but this is a guy who I wanted to kill for good reason. And they knew the reasons. Okay? I find out that one night they're at Aruga's drinking with him. I swear to you on everything I love, I never spoke to a single one of them ever again.
I told y'all they didn't like Piggy.
I cut them off like as if they never existed. And not a single day has passed that I fucking regret it. I don't regret it one fucking bit. Because once you stab me in the back, you're done. That's it.
Piggy needs a cigarette after telling that big old lie. That was some work thinking that big ass lie up.
Gerard Dieblich, you're going to start talking shit? I'm assuming, right?
Of course he's gonna start talking shit, dumbass. That's all you're good for. It's fun to mess with you, Piggy.
So that's the way I am, guys. It's just, I'm no different on here than I am in my real life. No different. So I don't play those games. You know what I mean? I've always been the type of person that preferred being by myself.
No, nobody just wanted to hang out with your nerdy skater ass.
I always did, except for when it came to women, of course. Or my daughter, something like that. Like an important relationship like that. I always preferred being by myself. It was never a big thing for me to be around friends. Like I said, we'd all go out together and shit, but I'd also be out by myself every night at fucking Ada's, posting up, selling coke and getting drunk and having fun.
I really have a hard time believing that Piggy stood out in the street and sold dope, man. I've got a real problem with this because where I come from, that's some dangerous shit, dude. And little soft motherfuckers like him can't do it. I mean, I don't know what it's like where he's at, but what the fuck do I know? I'm not from there. Truth be told, it's probably all a fucking lie anyways.
No,
I don't know, skate park boy. You're lying like a motherfucker.
So, I was always like that. A lot of people, they always want people around them. I'm kind of a solitary person. I'd rather be by myself. So it was nothing for me to give up friends. Put that on the screen, but yeah, 100% they did. Yeah. Yeah, and isn't Angel turning? Didn't she turn on a lot of her people just recently for the Jim Terry dude?
Didn't she turn on a lot of her people just recently for the Jim Terry dude?
You know what I mean? That's why, guys. If I would have seen something like that when me and her were friends, that would have been it. There would have been no conversation. I would have never spoken to her again. I don't, and I would have, obviously. I kind of did. We were talking and close before she even knew who MRE was. Seriously, like she didn't know who he was till we told her. So she never spoke to him on the phone, never off of YouTube. We used to talk on the phone all the time. You know, we were cool, we were tight. And yeah, in the long run, like I said, we were fighting anyway, but no matter what. Why? I'll tell you why. MRE worships mobsters, especially her father.
This is coming from a guy that had a picture of her dad, John Gotti, on his fucking wall behind him. He asked what kind of cologne John Gotti wore, and then he fucking bought some.
What?
He was all proud and shit. He made a video on it.
And I would be on here all the time speaking badly of them because I don't know any other way to do it. I'd be lying if I sat here and said mob guys are good guys.
You lying motherfucker. You worshiped John Gotti before you got mad at his daughter. You threw a fucking birthday party for him. Do you remember that shit? Y'all remember how Piggy had a birthday party stream for John Gotti?
I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Take a good look here, y'all. Look at this. You're looking at the face of fakeness. Hey, look at Maxell. I bet he likes Casperosa. Okay, everybody. I want y'all to pay close attention to this part. Piggy's about to start actually telling the truth. The truth is about to slip out.
Even the people I'm supposed to like, I don't like. I'm telling you. It's true.
It's true.
I'm not going to say everything, that I feel to spare people's feelings, but like I'm trying to spare their feelings by not saying everything I feel, but no, for the most part, I don't like nobody I'm supposed to like.
All right, man, all you fucking yizzos that still stick around after hearing that, y'all are some major cuckolds. I mean like real mega cucks. Y'all just might as well go ahead and cut your nuts off because you don't need them. If a motherfucker I was cool with said that shit to me, I'd tell him to go fuck himself, man. I would not go around that motherfucker anymore. And if I seen him in real life, it might result in fucking throwing hands with each other. I don't know. Y'all fucking yizzos get disrespected constantly, man, and you just take it. It's like he fucking spits in your face and you just fucking look up at him and say, "Thank you, can I get some more, please?"
It's like going back to the hood for me. I can't stay there. Too much would follow.
Back to the hood. Give me a fucking break, man. These gay little nerds always talking about how hood they are.
Yeah. Dare I say, guys, any chance any of you want to donate tonight?
Yeah, there's some more spit in your face, yizzos. Enjoy it. He straight up admitted he don't like you. He just wants your money.
Because I made like $10 in super chats on the last show and like 65 in cash. So you can't let me go out like that. You know what I mean? Maybe 50, 60 more dollars at least.
You fucking yizzos are getting pimped, man. Y'all are Piggy's little hoes.
Be nice. No, fuck that. Betray people and I don't want to be betrayed. And plus, listen, this is something I learned early on. People are dangerous. Even people who are harmless are dangerous, if you know what I mean. Like people who they're not physically dangerous. They don't pose any threat to anyone.
You mean like you?
What?
But they can't be trusted. And as the saying goes, keep your enemies close, keep your friends close. What is it? I said George Bush. You fooled me, can't get fooled again.
What is this dipshit talking about? This is the guy that's always saying he's smarter than everyone else.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's not even the saying I was going for. Oh, what was the saying I'm going for, guys? Oh, all the drugs and alcohol.
Oh, Piggy's getting embarrassed. Look how red that bald dome is.
Oh, that's what it did. I don't know. Somebody will put it in here. I'm at a loss. You know what I'm talking about. Here's look what 50 Cent said. Here's a jewel. Love your enemies and hate your friends. Your enemies remain the same. Your friends always change. It's the truth. See, and not just that, but I mean, your friends, they're the ones close to you. I don't know. Somebody will put it in here. I'm at a loss. You know what I'm talking about. Here's look what 50 Cent said. Here's a jewel. Love your enemies and hate your friends. Your enemies remain the same. Your friends always change. It's the truth. See, and not just that, but I mean, your friends, they're the ones close to you. A lot of times, only people who are close to you can really do harm to you.
I don't know who the fuck your weak ass is hanging out with, but that shit don't happen with my friends. I hang with the real ones, Piggy. I won't even fuck with somebody unless they're real.
Why do you think it is, even in the mob, that it'll be somebody who, you know, when somebody has to be killed, they'll get the guy's best friend to kill him. You know what I mean? It's like Paulie Galino, for example. Paulie Galino was hiding out in his parents' house in East Harlem when Spiro decided to kill him.
Look at this shit. For someone that says he hates the mob so much, he sure does like to fucking remember names, places, and dates, huh? You act like a cop, Piggy. Only difference is you're too soft to be a cop. You wouldn't be able to pass cleat training.
Paulie had Mikey Amin in his apartment with an Uzi.
With an Uzi?
Piggy, never say it like that again.
The whole time. So, just bad luck on Paulie's part. He had a date one night and he sent Mikey Amin home because she was coming over and I guess they were going to get busy and all that, you know? So he sent Mikey Amin home. The next morning, Tommy Reynolds and Joey came. And why? I believe Spiro said it himself. They're the only guys he'll answer the door for without a gun in his hand. You know what I mean? He was a killer. They were scared of him, a lot of those fucking made guys. So that's why they send your best friend, because your best friend can get close to you. You know, and your best friends know things about you. Your close friends, they know things about you. They, especially in, you know, when it comes to the criminal world. It's dangerous. Your friends are dangerous. And another reason is, and this is something my dad always told me, you could have enough trouble on your own, and you most likely will. You don't need your friends' trouble too. And that's what I always lived by.
I bet Piggy's set to the fucking skate park telling all the little kids Paulie Galindo stories. All the little kids are just looking at him like he's a weirdo.
I hung around other criminals and stuff, but I didn't commit crimes with other people. Other than you're selling drugs to customers, but I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, that sounds believable. Good job, Piggy.
I didn't go. I mean, there was one time I robbed a guy in his apartment, and I had a friend and another dude set it up.
Okay, man, now I gotta know, who in this community actually believes that? I really don't think the Yizzos even believe it. But I told y'all, man, Gangsta Piggy is back.
Other than that, like I committed a couple of arsons, I did a couple of shootings, some crazy shit.
Yeah, right, man. Boy, Piggy's on one today.
I did it by myself.
Oh, isn't that convenient? That way he's the only person to tell the story. Yeah, Piggy, we all believe you.
I didn't want, people around me. That's for obvious reasons. But they bring their own trouble. So you don't need that. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the streets, I'm selling drugs, I got the cops watching me, I got people trying to rob me, I got beefs going on in the street. You're just bringing your baggage to me. I don't need your bullshit too. I got enough.
So it's obvious now that if Piggy's friend gets into a fight, he's not going to help him. That's painfully obvious. Maybe that's why nobody showed up to help him with Johnny Mac, huh? If you're getting into a fight with some people and your so-called friend won't help you, then that motherfucker ain't your friend. All my friends will fight with me. I ain't hanging out with a motherfucker that won't. And I'll fight with them.
I can get myself killed. Why do you think, you ever see Mayweather? When he walks around and he has the, literally like a team of security that's probably 15 deep surrounding him. That's why. My man Tone, that works for the, he's business partners with Mayweather.
My man Tone?
What?
He's on the money team, which, by the way, he just bought a mansion out here. I'm going to be going to see him soon. Cam said he invited me to a cookout one day, but I don't remember that. I don't remember anything, though. I'm sad I missed the cookout. There's Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Bentleys and Lamborghinis that guy owns. I would have liked to own. I don't know. Maybe taking one for a test drive. Anyway, he walks around. That dude walks around 75, 100,000 in a Louis Vuitton bag, and he's got Navy SEALs that with him at all times. No bullshit.
If Tone really is your friend, I'm sure he don't appreciate you putting that out on the fucking internet, dumbass. Telling people he walks around with that much money and shit. Man, for someone who claims to be so street, you sure don't know much about it, do you? And you're a terrible friend, man. You tell all your friends' business, you dry snitch on them, and you won't help them fight. What fucking good are you?
You know what I mean? So, I knew this guy since he was pushing 20 rocks.
There's some more dry snitching. You better take your little string down before Tone sees it. I don't think he'll like the way you're telling all of his business to the yizzos in the world. And not to change the subject, but what the fuck is Moxell talking about here?
I mean, like, it's amazing to see. Me and Shannon were just looking at some pictures and shit, like, oh my god, oh my fucking god, this is not rich. This is filthy fucking rich. So they know, because these guys are from the gutter. They're from the hood. They know what somebody in the streets will do to get even a few $1,000s from them.
Yeah, and your dumbass is on here telling people that he walks around with all that money. Yeah, you're a good friend, Piggy. I would fucking hate you if I was Tone. If I was Tone, I wouldn't like you just by the way you said my name. Tone.
But when you're talking about life-changing money, $75,000, $100,000, especially to people who otherwise will probably never see that amount of money in their lifetimes, oh my god, they will fucking do anything they have to get that fucking money from you. Anything.
Listen to Captain Underbite, yo. Captain Underbite knows. He used to shoot at people and commit arsons.
You gotta remember that everybody's capable of killing people. Everybody. If you're able-bodied, you can kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? So people don't realize they could look at you and think you're the biggest pussy on earth. Little do they know, you might be somebody who has almost been waiting his whole life to kill a motherfucker.
Piggy's talking about himself here. He's trying to scare Johnny Mac. Gangsta Piggy is back!
And would have no remorse about it whatsoever. And the only thing stopping him is a life sentence.
Yeah, you better think of that life sentence, Piggy. Because I promise your little soft ass wouldn't hold up in prison.
So he might wait and wait and wait until things are so far in the past he wouldn't even be considered a suspect anymore. And then he might come and kill you.
Piggy, nobody's scared of you. You called the cops over a bloody nose. There's little kids that are tougher than that. On top of that, you even called a fucking ambulance like you were dying. Piggy here got punched in the nose and acted like he just got shot 7 times. But what can I say? Gangsta Piggy is Gangsta Piggy.
I mean, like, for real. Or you might take a guy who is not ordinarily, capable or willing, or at least willing, and you push him too far and he'll kill you without hesitating. With no fucking problem.
Are you scared yet, Johnny Mac? Piggy is so intimidating, ain't he?
People judge people by the way they look, by the way they speak. They make assumptions about them and shit.
Oh shit, he is talking about him.
And if you're one of these people, in your mind, they don't know, but you know that you'd kill every one of them with no fucking problem if the circumstances were right. Every fucking one of them.
Yeah, but that takes us back to that prison sentence, Piggy. You can't snitch your way out of murdering someone that made you mad. You're doing all that time.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying, you little dork. You ain't killing nothing, skate park boy.
But they think you don't have it in you. You don't know what's in somebody's mind. You have no idea what's in somebody's mind. So you got to be careful of everyone. Because you don't know. Guys, I knew killers that were the most unassuming looking people. If you saw these guys, you would think they couldn't hurt a fly. Little dudes, skinny motherfuckers that weigh 100 pounds, 5'3", and they'll fucking put a bullet right between your fucking eyes. They don't give a shit.
Them are the ones that will shoot you because they're scared to fight. Then they go to prison and they ain't got no guns and they have to fight. You think killers don't get raped or killed too?
So you can't go by any of that. You cannot. You don't know what people have in their past. You don't know who they're associated with. You don't know who they're friends with. You don't know who's willing to kill for them. You don't know shit.
Ain't nobody gonna kill for you, Piggy. Just cut it out. You're making a fool of yourself now. Gangsta Piggy is starting to go a little too far. Dial back on the Gangsta Piggy. It's funny and all, but you're getting a little carried away.
And you might think you're a big bad motherfucker, and this person that you look at as some sort of pussy is 1,000 times more dangerous than you. You just don't know it yet. But everybody finds out sooner or later.
Yeah, you did. When Johnny Mac whooped that ass. Because you thought you were big bad Gangsta Piggy. Homeboy had you bleeding like a period.
Jeffrey's brother David immediately changed his last name after Dahmer was caught, disappeared, and never talked publicly. Yeah, of course. Oh, look at that. Talking to me? Shit. I had to give up my car, bro. I don't even have a car no more. I take Uber now. Now I need Uber money like Tony fucking Pizza. I'm taking Ubers to the skate park and shit. It's embarrassing. I gotta get in the Uber with my fucking skateboard, 45 years old. Everybody's looking at me funny. I miss having a car, man.
I'm not gonna make fun of Piggy for losing his car, because I know what it's like to be broke and struggling. And it fucking sucks. And I don't make fun of people for that shit. I come from a place where nobody has any money and everybody's struggling. So I don't talk about people with that shit, If you got your lazy ass up and went and got a job, you would have some money. I mean, I can say that. But I will make fun of you for being 50 years old and pulling up at the fucking skate park.
God, it hasn't even been that long. It's only been a few days, but Jesus. It's so nice to have a car to just get in and go wherever you want. And a car represents freedom to me. But hopefully the donations will pick up and I'll be able to get a car again. That's what I hope.
Yeah, just keep bumming. Right after you fucking disrespected the people that you're mooching from. All you fucking yizzos should be telling him to get a job. Lead by example, Piggy. Go to fucking work. Quit trying to live out your gangster fantasies on YouTube and fucking begging. It's pathetic, dude.
I just got to think positive. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to use the secret. I never lend money. Either I say I don't have it or I give it as a gift. That's the best way to do it. Listen. This fucking asshole Minio thinks he knows me. And he talks about I was pro-mafia. I was never pro-mafia.
Yeah, you did. You had a little shrine behind you made to fucking worship John Gotti. Do you think everybody forgot about that?
I became so anti-mafia. I was never pro-mafia. I'm not an idiot. I always knew, even when I was a criminal, that they're not good for society, okay? For fuck's sake, they're the mafia. But as, you know, I spent time on this mob tube horse shit, and I started becoming friends with people and seeing how certain people are, like it really, you know, opened my eyes to the fact that the whole entire culture is fucked up. The culture of the mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Piggy, you were never in the mafia. How the fuck do you know what the culture is?
You got these guys that worship mobsters. Which
used to be you, yeah. Until some of their relatives said they didn't like you, then all of a sudden you hate the mafia.
and they and some other people are constantly defending mobsters and acting like they're nothing but victims. They're victims of the government. They're victims of this. They're victims of that. They're just good people, and they're being, you know, persecuted because they're Italian or because they have a group of Italian friends and whatever the fuck it is. You know, it's all. And when I started to see that not even their family members will take responsibility.
This is coming from the motherfucker that has never held himself accountable for anything he's ever done. Everything is always everybody else's fault with him. People see it, Piggy. I don't even have to say this. Everyone sees it.
Or put the responsibility on their family member who got killed or got locked up for life. Anybody with 2 brain cells will be like, listen, I love this person more than anything in the world, but he killed a bunch of people or had a bunch of people killed, and he was a lifelong career criminal. I can't be mad at the government he's in prison.
Look at his face. Boy, you're softer than baby wipes.
Would you be mad at the government if a serial pedophile got sent to prison for life? No, right? But your criminal didn't deserve it. Every other criminal deserves it except for your criminal. These fucking assholes are sitting around constantly. They're all right-wing douchebags.
I told y'all, he's got to throw politics into every fucking thing he talks about. Everything in his life revolves around them liberal websites and news stations that tell him what to think.
They're all sitting around talking about getting the criminal illegals out of the country. How about we get you out of the country right along fucking with them?
Hey man, it would be funny as hell if Piggy got deported to El Salvador. They would not like him down there.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, you're either one of these people that flipped but you used to live that life, or you're somebody who apologizes for these fucking people, and you sit here and act like as if there's some sort of fucking heroes who should be worshipped.
Once again, Piggy, you worship John Gotti. Everyone's seen it. You threw him a fucking birthday party.
Who are you to judge anybody else who's a criminal? Or anybody else, period?
Who are you to judge all these conservative people you're always crying about? You judge everybody, you fucking hypocrite.
So when I started seeing, like, even family members, like, oh my God. And I'll say that she can get mad at me if she wants. Angel and John Jr. And I think Victoria less, maybe her to some extent, but I will say she's at least admitted some shit about her dad.
Now see, Piggy was such an obsessed John Gotti fanboy back in the day that when Angel fucking didn't want to be his friends anymore, it drove him fucking crazy, man, and he fucking, I don't know, turned into a fucking weirdo about it. Like, that shit traumatized him, man.
They will forever worship him, their father, which, okay, it's your father, but they don't do it quietly, okay? There's victims all over the fucking place. The victims of John Gotti, for example, all over the fucking place. And they have no hesitation coming out and defending him and attacking sometimes his victims or their families. When you constantly say Frank Favara was driving drunk when no, he wasn't, you're attacking a guy who got killed because of an accident that wasn't even his fault. So, like, that's what it is. I accepted that. I know that's the way it is now. And that's why I don't take these people seriously anymore. And you got the guys that flip too, you know. Some of these guys are okay. You know how it is. I don't care that they flip, but when you act like you're still in the mafia, or you're pointing fingers at other rats, or you're acting as if you're better than every fucking buddy else, or whatever the fuck it is, a lot of them do this different shit. You're no fucking good either. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys, listen, I learned after being friends with them that maybe I should have judged them for being rats.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't judge them for being rats because you're a fucking rat. You cock-calling little twat. This boy really has no self-awareness whatsoever. I really understand why he was in that fucking mental hospital now.
And said, yeah, no good. Let me not even become friends with this guy because of what he did, because he'll probably do some sneaky, slimy shit to you too. And that's the way it turned out.
Sounds to me like you motherfuckers were made for each other.
With a couple of these so-called friendships. So, between them...
What?
And the people that worship the mobsters and all that horse shit, I'm so disgusted with the entire culture of it. You have no idea. I think the people that defend these motherfuckers are worse than the motherfuckers themselves.
Well, a lot of people could actually say that about you, too. And I'm sure they do.
Because seriously. I mean, I just don't, Yeah, I was listening to him earlier. Rumors, that song Rumors with Dirk Knox in the Uber.
Gucci and Dirk would both fucking hate you, dude. You need to listen to something like Michael Bolton or some shit like that. Get in where you fit in, bitch boy.
Don't ask why the Uber's playing my music. I'm very convincing. I can talk people into things.
He's lying.
So anyway, yeah, it drives me crazy. An Angel could go berserk and say I'm talking about her family. No, I'm talking about reality. I don't bother you, Angel.
He just said all that shit about her family, and then he's like, I don't bother you, Angel. Piggy, you shouldn't even mention the word reality because you don't live in it.
I don't talk about your family like that, but I'm just saying I use him as an example because he's like the guy, right? He's the guy, and it's his family that's out there constantly, nonstop, for decades now, defending him like as if he was just some innocent fucking guy. I mean...
So we know Piggy wouldn't have his family's back because he's pretty much saying that it's messed up that anyone else has their family's backs. Or is it okay for you and just not anybody else there, Antifa boy?
Angel's mom one time was on a fucking radio show just a few years ago, and she was talking about how her husband was persecuted by the government. I mean, are you fucking serious?
Look how he's waving his gay little hand around while he's saying that. Are you fucking serious?
Anybody who says this, it's like when Joey plays victim, Joey Merlino, like,
Yeah, you better stop and think about what you're saying there. Them boys are in the same state as you are. You might get a little more of that Johnny Mac treatment if you don't watch your fucking mouth.
here's how it goes. Let me break it down for you. If you decide to commit crimes, you have to know you're going to jail someday.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you fucking nerd. I'm tired of hearing this shit. Get back to Gangsta Piggy. I don't like Cop Piggy.
BB from VA, $20. Thank you. You snuck one in there. I appreciate it. I just saw that. You have to know you're going to jail someday. And everybody around you has to accept that one day you're going to jail. Not because you're Italian, not because you hang out with a large group of friends at a social club, not because the feds just have it out for Italians. No. Because you're a criminal. How is it that every time I got caught, I blamed myself before I blamed the rat that ratted me out and that set me up?
Because you were always the rat in the situation, that's why.
Because I know. If I wasn't selling drugs, you couldn't have set me up. They don't, bro, I told you, they're all like Tony fucking Pizza. They don't put the onus of the shit on their own fucking, on the criminals themselves. It's everybody else is to blame. John Gotti was not persecuted by the government. John Gotti was possibly the biggest, most powerful criminal in the United States of America. At the very least, in the biggest city in the world. Or, I'm sorry, in the country. My bad.
Piggy, it should be a crime to wear that thin Puerto Rican mustache that you got.
But most likely the entire country, right? I don't want to hear but politicians. Shut up. I'm talking about criminals on the streets. And he could not throw that in the government's faces more than he was already doing. Like, it was the $2,000 fucking suits, the Mercedes he's being chauffeured around in, the fucking, giving $100 bills to homeless fucking people, running out of the courtroom with his hand in the fucking air, dancing and shit.
I think Piggy should dance. All you yizzos should throw a little money at him to make him get up and dance on a fucking techno song. Come on, man, I gotta come up with all the fucking ideas here. You fucking yizzos need to be a little more creative. Tell Piggy you'll throw a couple donations his way if he'll do a dance stream. Then we can all laugh at him.
I mean, talking shit to prosecutors during his trials and stuff. Like, I can't imagine more ways John Gotti could have asked to be put away for life.
Hey, let me ask y'all something, man. Have y'all ever seen another person that claims to be a fucking dope dealer that acts this fucking feminine?
He was begging for it. And according to his own son, that's what he knew his outcome was going to be all along, dead or in jail. So when I hear people talking about he was persecuted, no, he was prosecuted. That's what it is. When you become a criminal, eventually you're going to jail if you commit crimes long enough. And then you'll be prosecuted. This is not Jesus being crucified on the fucking cross. It's insane. Mob guys are not victims of the government. Society, they're victims of the mob guys.
Yeah, and we're all victims of watching you suck and slurp on water bottles. That's another reason you wouldn't hold up too good in prison. Your cellie would beat your ass every day for having to fucking see and hear that nasty shit.
Guys, come on. Frank, you know how long it's been since somebody said they'll match the super chats? Look what I've gotten. $7.99, $1.99, $10, $4.99, and Sally's membership. And I think Frank was only starting from Jane Creek, so that would be $18, $20. Oh my God. On Friday, guys? You're going to do this to me? That's hurtful. Look, Frank said, let's go super chat. And don't forget to donate, guys. For the love of fucking Christ, there's 222 people. If I have one more fucking show where I make what I made last night, I swear to you on everything I fucking love, I'm done. I'm not fucking playing. So if you enjoy these goddamn shows and you want me on here to entertain you, fucking compensate me in some way, please. Okay, this is getting out of hand now. It's absurd. I think I made fucking, I don't even know, $30 yesterday. 50 maybe? 2 shows? The fuck out of here. Insane. You know, my next step is members fucking only, but to be honest, I talked to Shanna about it last night and I said, I'm tired of being fucking taken advantage of. I'm tired of making a fool out of myself. Every time I do a show, after I do a show where I don't make any money, that's like me sending the message that I'm doing this for free, and I'm not. So me and Shanna talked about it, and if I have to leave for a while, I'll just leave. I don't give a fuck. It's up to you guys. There's 219 now, okay? So it ain't that you're unable, it's that you're unwilling. You want a show, but, you know, you don't afford anything over, so you know, I can't give you a show if you can't do that. Because I got a beating, I got all fucked up. Because I got a beating, I got all fucked up. Because I got a beating, I got all fucked up.
Redzilla's been busy.
Making all y'all bitches holler. Know what I'm saying? We some crack breakers. Man, hold up. I done swung out the swing. Pop my truck and show 5 or 6 screens. Dance 2K and it's time to turn over. I done make my Impala wood roll over. Turn that bitch down. I was flossing at the cap. Wrote them boys off a whole 8 in a snap. Niggas don't understand. We sippin' big sun. Pop that new bird from the beer herd. It's the big tank. Get your ass out the way. Prowling 2-tone, rolling on grade. With that big wood, we are holding anything we got. Fuck now, it ain't stone. Showcase skill, I'm a grab for skrill, a gorilla. Out the cage, best guard the stage. I'm a gon' turn the page, bust his ass with the gauge. Going out, nigga, on the mic, spit my Grammy. Out of pop truck and cut off license my M. This the pig, on the scene, bout the wreck. The mic got 10, check out straight, get the spit. Prison chain on my neck, best guard so real. Coming through. And I will tip my fifth weed. Holding the grain, I need stains on no main. I done caught a case with clutching too much wood grain. Walking the coast, just say where's your nose. Do them never make me collect coal and pull sauce. Man, hold up, serving my cup. I done broke the boys off, I left stains on my buck high. And my mind is fried. Niggas told you that they would me, they lied.
It's very exciting around that period, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You know, that's a time emotions are high.
Right.
Exactly.
Usually you're in a better mood too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Ron, have you ever met anyone
I
like
mean,
that?
how many times do you go to midnight mass on Christmas Eve?
Yes.
And people that hate each other are hugging each other
Absolutely
outside.
right. That's Al. That's really true. If you remember,
Al, it's usually the guys, not the girls.
if you remember,
Al, it's usually the guys, not the girls.
About a year later, I was at a bar on Bell Boulevard Bayside, and this guy strolled in on a Sunday night, and he goes, "I apologize to you for what happened, what I did." And I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, because she did the same thing to me."
I'd knock him in the fucking face. But
Mitch, I'm gonna let you go. I'll call you after